He's like, we love you, I love you. I said, but my in-laws weren't invited to your wedding.
If I didn't put Melissa in my wedding, I'm not close to Melissa. Why would I be close to her family?
Correct!
You want to make peace?
Peace, yeah, peace. Done. Finito.
A few minutes later.
How's Joe doing?
My husband lost his was pissed.
That is not correct.
How are you guys? Good.
I messed them. Yeah.
Where's us?
Yeah, you guys are a chosen family.
Is this appropriate, or does it look like it came out of a dirty hamper?
Right?
I never looked you up and down like that.
To anybody, but I did look her up and down.
Girl, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here because
The same thing with Dolores. You had started talking and what did I say to you?
You were talking.
An idiot.
Oh my God!
Watch your f***ing mouth. Sorry that I spoke about your nose job. People badmouthed me about my terrible nose job. I felt bad about your terrible nose job.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about episode 4 of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. And like I said before, it's literally going through a cycle over and over and over. The same storyline. It's repetitive. Literally, are these people insane? Because at some point, why would you want to subject yourself to torment like this? It's beyond me. But all right, y'all, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, won it, securing the bag.
All right, so basically the show opens up with all the men coming home from guys' night. We already know how that went with Joe over here slamming his hand on the table, acting erratic over, you know, him saying he missed his sister, but a lot of the things that he do does not point to him missing his sister at all. But we skip over to the next morning, and you know, Teresa and Louis, they're at the house and they're talking about surprise,
Joe.
Get water? Yeah, can you get me one in the fridge?
Here, I just took a sweat out of
I'm so embarrassed. I mean, how many times did I tell you to go yourself?
Oh, I don't know, countless times.
And Louis brought up, you know, Joe saying that he provided for Teresa's kids when she was in jail. Basically, they put food on the table. And then we go over back. This basically, the producers are bouncing back and forth between Joe's house and then Teresa's house, right? So Melissa and Joe, they're also talking about Louis. Melissa is shocked that, like, basically Louis brought up her podcast. She was like, you weren't even here in you know, anybody's life for when I did that podcast, so why are you even talking about it right now? And to be honest, he's talking about it because that was one of the points. You're saying you put food on their table.
The thing is, when the family's down and you needed us, we stepped up to the plate. Put food on the table.
But the kids that posted you put the food on the table, they're saying y'all weren't nowhere to be found, only when the cameras were there, right? And like I said, her explanation, I get Melissa's explanation for, you know, doing the show.
That Teresa Went to Prison show was able to be made because Joe needed someone to film with, and here we were. He had us to bounce off of and someone to talk to on.
And what, you know, she helping Joe out while Teresa was in jail. That made sense. Yes, we get it. But I feel like you know, the girls, Teresa's daughters, they don't like the fact that she's saying they put food on the table. Like, I feel like it's simple. It's always semantics, because they could have said, you know, we helped out and made sure that they had you know, people there to film a show. It doesn't mean you put food on the table. By saying that means that we solely helped you out, and I don't think that's what it is. Mind you, look at my new flowers I got. Are these nice? Yeah, I went to the florist, I got some new flowers, but also Teresa tells Louis, like, how dare Joe speaks to you like that?
Yourself?
Oh, I don't know, countless times.
Like, how dare he speaks to you like that?
You know, he was
You know, Teresa thinks so highly of Louis, right? And it kind of, like, the way she thinks of Louis so highly is kind of weird that she doesn't think about her brother that way. Because Teresa, like, even though I'm mainly on Teresa's side with this, Teresa does not ride for her brother at all. I feel like Teresa has these expectations that she wants Joe and Melissa to live up to that she doesn't live up to herself. And that's just looking at it, you know, that's just what we see on TV. Like how she allowed Jennifer to call him a bitch boy. She didn't defend him. But if somebody would say to Teresa, she was like, you gonna let her talk to me like that? You see? Louis brings up them not inviting Melissa's family. And like Teresa said, just like America has been saying,
if I didn't put Melissa in my wedding, I'm not close to Melissa. Why would I be close to her family?
Why would I bring her family to my wedding if I'm barely cool with her? I'm barely cool with you. Like, to be honest, out of 20 guests, you're probably number like 188. So why would I invite your sister and your mother to my wedding? I didn't get that. That was. I just feel like they're picking certain things to harp on. And like I said in my last video, if Joe wanted to be mad at anything, he should have been mad at Louis calling Melissa insecure. But whatever. Y'all don't like each other. Y'all are oil and water. Y'all don't like each other, and that's just what it should be. But they are trying to hold on to something because of their family and their parents. But child. But Joe said since she had Louis, I don't feel welcome. And I feel like it's not that he don't feel welcome. I feel like he is not needed anymore. Louis is the man in her life. That's the chosen man that she picked for her life. It doesn't matter if you like them or not. That's who she chose. That's who she wants to be with. So you have to let it go. You're not needed. She don't need you in her life. Now it's about if she wants you in her life and vice versa, you know? So I feel like that's where they're trying to, it's that, you know, Teresa came out of jail. She doesn't have her Joe anymore. And now I feel like Joe probably felt like, well, you know, she's going to rely on me because she needs help with the kids, this, that, and the third. But once Louis came in the picture, it's going to change because he's the man in her life and he's going to take up that space that basically that she needed, you know? But Louis, he then decides, you know, to be the bigger person.
Somebody has to be.
Louis like, you know, just call Joe, Teresa.
Teresa's calling me, okay?
And when she called him, it's like the way that they talk to each other, the way that Joe and Teresa talk to each other is like a girlfriend calling to say that she's outside of her ex-boyfriend's house to pick up like her clothes, her stuff after a breakup. Like, it's just awkward. Like,
I'm happy you answered the phone.
Oh, what's going on?
You tell me.
he's like, hey, Joe. He's like, hey, how you doing? Great. It's weird. Like, ugh. So Joe tells her, like, let's not talk about anything that happened in the past. Let's just, you know, move forward, because every time we talk about stuff that happened in the past, it makes me upset, it makes me mad. Teresa asks if he's going to come to the housewarming party. He basically says, you know, I don't know. But they left it at that. They hang up. Teresa over here just like, oh Jesus Christ. I'm just like, girl, if you had to, that's not normal, especially for a sibling. But child, whatever. Dolores, she sits down with her son and her mother, and they talk about how Paul and Frank still had this awkward relationship. It's borderline this weird beef, and Dolores is just like, she let it be known, like, you know, at the end of the day, I don't care how Frank feels, Paul is going to be my priority, point blank and period. And that's great for her, but I'm just like, at some point, I don't know why they're trying to make this a storyline. I guess, to be honest, Dolores doesn't have nothing else to talk about. So I guess, but it's feeling kind of forced, because I'm like, okay, two men don't like each other, okay? To be honest, Frank don't need to be on the show. If Frank's not with Dolores, he don't need to be on the show, period. There you go, solves it. All right, so Jennifer and Bill, they go out for dinner, and Jennifer is getting, basically, she tells him, yo, I'm getting a party bus for our son for his prom.
I know Bill says I spoil the kids, but my kids have had a rough year because of what you did.
And all his friends, and Bill's like, okay, you definitely spoiled the kids. You don't see that? So the casual conversation that they were having turns into this heated but civilized conversation, right? And she brings up, okay, you talk about that you're picking up your Ferrari, but it's a brand new Ferrari. And then he brings up her behavior. And when it was Dolores versus Jen, Bill was trying to basically diffuse the situation.
You were upset at me
I was upset
for trying to diffuse the situation. What
was
does it
trying
mean?
to get me to see their side. Why can't you just see my side?
Like any husband would. And Jen says, like, you know, she wants him to basically, you know, have my back. You know, you're not having my back, and you need to see my side. And Bill feels like Jennifer shuts him down, and she do. Like, y'all didn't see how she over here talking to him in like the first episode, the second episode, the third episode. Like, she has been talking to him very like sharp, and at some point, like, he's gonna feel unappreciated. He's telling her that he feels this way.
My feelings are hurt that you on me. I'm trying to diffuse that situation.
And she just like wants her to basically gas her up. Like when she going off with the girls, he wants her to basically do what Rachel's husband did at the end when he was like,
You sure you want to just go? You don't want to check her?
Yes. She has no class.
trying to turn back around when Rachel was leaving, and he was like, you're not gonna confront them? You're not gonna check her? And she's like, no, I'm good. I think that's what she wants Bill to do, right? Like gas her up when she's over here like, yeah, you a hoe, you a slut. And when they get in the car and he's trying to calm her down, she wants him to basically be like,
A little bit.
You're right, baby. She's a fucking let's go.
Yeah.
So we see Rachel and Jen F. They go out for lunch, and Rachel looks amazing. I love what she has on. She looks really good. They order food, and it's funny because Jen was like, "Can I get the margarita pizza?" And Rachel's like, "Oh, can we share that?" Jen's me. She was like, "I don't do that. No, it's nothing against you. Just I like my food. No, that's me. Like, let me enjoy my food in peace. Like, I know what I ordered. You know what you ordered, and." I know my food look good. I know you. It's appetizing. I know you want to bite. Let me eat my food. It brings up Jen called her to basically apologize about the nose job comment. We see a flashback and everything. Rachel said Jen also was talking about Dolores, and she's not basically going for it. We found out that Rachel is close to Frank because Frank trained Rachel and his girlfriend Brittany for a weightlifting but bodybuilding competition, and I hope they dive deep into that because it's really good to see that this pretty girl that we all see, like seem really prim, proper, bougie bodybuilds. Like I would like to see a little bit more about that. Jim F also said that she called me and was talking about Margaret. Now we already know that they cool. So I'm trying to figure out the logic behind that with Jen. Maybe Jen was trying to stir the pot to get herself in some conflict, because I feel like she knew that Jen F and Margaret are cool, so obviously she's gonna run it back. So we'll see if Rachel keeps this energy, because Rachel has been speaking on Jennifer very pointed, and it comes off like, girl, I need to find a beef, and who can I beef with? But I mean, at the end of the day, girl, do what you gotta do. Dolores and Margaret, they go out to talk about how it's messed up that Teresa didn't invite Melissa's mother and sister. It's her wedding. Like,
I think so upset because Teresa didn't invite Don and Marco to the wedding. He's upset and he's hurt. I feel bad.
And I'm just looking like, why she doesn't have no obligation to invite them? Like, I don't see how this is so confusing, And then on top of that, they call Melissa, and Melissa basically reiterates everything they're saying. She's like, yeah, Joe is pissed.
How's Joe doing? My husband lost his Like, Teresa has known my mom and sisters forever. That's what I'm saying. Why aren't they invited to the wedding?
And I'm like, so Joe is pissed. What is she saying that he's pissed? Was it before the phone call they just had, or was it after the phone call they just had? Because if it's after the phone call, why is he mad? What is he mad about? They just said they're gonna move forward. Then what is he mad about?
You want to make peace?
Peace, yeah, peace. Done. Finito.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that.
That's what I'm confused on. So he's pissed. Pissed about what? Right. So Margaret's talking about, the mother doesn't deserve that. The mother doesn't deserve that. That is crazy. And y'all act like Teresa took money from this woman, stole money from this woman, hit this woman, took her man. Like, at the end of the day, she wasn't invited, period. It's over and done. And I'm looking at Dolores sideways because Dolores, you for this whole time, you're like, yeah, I am childhood friends with Teresa. That's my girl. But you switching up a lot. You've been switching up a lot. You've been switching up since last season, Dolores, and it's not looking really good. And Teresa, I guess she's in her love bubble. She probably not even noticing it. You really need to pay some attention because Dolores has been switching up plenty of times. Then Melissa's saying, yeah, Joe might not come to the housewarming. I mean, he might not come. I'm just like, girl, it baffles me because I'm like, what reason does he not have to come to the housewarming? I try to skip ahead, but he's talking about, oh, because I don't want to be fake. At some point, fuck the being fake thing. At least you'll see your nieces. That should have been like the main thing. It was like, okay, you know what? I'm not even trying to go there to see them. I'm going to see my nieces. Cool. At least we got that. So everyone's getting ready for the housewarming. Joe calls Melissa and tells her that he is not going. He's not trying to be fake. He can't fake it. And just texts Teresa. And basically Teresa just like, okay, I guess he's not coming. And like I said before, like he's not going to see the nieces. And the nieces, they had like such a strong bond, especially when we saw the early seasons, such a strong bond with Joe. And to see that is like slowly but
rapidly
dwindling, it is crazy to see. And Teresa has been, you know, extending olive branches. And I'm not even trying to give Teresa too much because we see how sometimes she can be funny. But Teresa has been extending olive branches to Joe and Melissa, like inviting them to her 50th birthday, the housewarming party, and to inviting them to the wedding. And 3 for 3, they don't go to any of them. So at some point, if I was Teresa, at some point, I just gonna have to let it go. If I was Teresa, I would go to the producers and be like, look, I'm over it. We gave y'all 13 years of what we can give. It destroyed my brother's relationship and we're done. Moving forward, either I go or Melissa go. And I know who they're gonna pick. So at some point, it got to give. I feel like the new girls are bringing something very fresh for the franchise. I love Danielle, everything about her. A lot of people said that, oh yeah, the new girls are coming in too hot, too strong. Oh my God, I can't believe it's a show. So at the end of the day, I don't mind people coming in hot and heavy because at least they coming in doing something. Like Beverly Hills, Cherie, what does Cherie do?
Right. Nothing.
Atlanta, what did Mayetta do last season?
Nothing.
Salt Lake City. I mean, they did do something, but it wasn't that great. But you see what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, anybody got time? At least they're doing something. So people start showing up, and one thing about New Jersey is the girls are gonna dress regular cute. It's cute, just regular cute. Cute, but it's just regular, right? Jennifer comes in and, you know, the girls start talking and Jen F tells Margaret that Jennifer was basically talking about her and talking mess, right? Stirring the pot. I'm not mad at it. Girl, do what you gotta do. Melissa walks in and she's definitely the best dressed. One thing about Melissa I can't really take away from the girl is stunning. I love the way she dressed. It was very casual, but it still was a little bit better than everybody else. So all the girls ask about Joe and Teresa. Ask about Joe, and Teresa tells them that, yeah, he hasn't seen the kids in about 6 months. He's not gonna come. And, you know, I feel like she tried to make it a family affair because she even said, like, you know, bring all your kids. But the kids, one went on vacation, one went on a school trip, Antonia's somewhere, the other one's at like a tournament. Like, it was always something. Like, she tried to make this a family affair. She tried. And like I said, I'm hearing myself, this is like I'm giving Teresa a lot, but I'm just saying she really did try. So Rachel basically brings up to Dolores that Frank misses their old dynamic, and Dolores like, girl, I don't care. Paul's my priority. It's just
my man.
Melissa walks up to the girls. G.
How are you guys?
And like I said, if looks could kill, they were like,
we miss you too. Yeah, we miss you. Yeah, you look nice. You look nice.
Like, if looks could kill, oh, they won't stand to Melissa in that moment. Melissa basically chats with them, and, you know, you could tell that there's energy there. They wish that Joe would have came because they haven't seen Joe in a long time, and, you know, it was really awkward. She walks off, and that was that. Like, I know that Gia and her sister gave her a tongue lashing once Melissa walked out. They're probably like, girl, she's fake as hell. Like, they probably ate her up. So Louis and Teresa, they make a nice speech, and they thank everybody for coming. And Teresa said, you know, you guys are my chosen family. Oh my God, I love this.
But for being loving and supporting towards us.
Yeah, you guys are a chosen family. Please. Everyone here.
So Margaret's stirring the pot. She's like, oh my God, chosen family? Poor chosen family. Why would they say something like that? Oh my God. And my whole thing is, if Joe would have came to the party, he would have been a part of that chosen family. So I'm trying to figure out, where is the whole confusion coming in at? he would have been a part of the chosen family if he would have showed up. He didn't show up, so he's not lumped in there. But it should have been already applied to that. And now you have other people meddling in their business, making stuff worse than what it is.
Melissa, that's a dick thing to say. It's okay. What was that for?
And then you have Melissa over here running off to the bathroom like, I can't say it yet. Oh my God. What are you at some point, what are you crying about? What? You're letting your intrusive thoughts
beat your ass
at this point. Like, your intrusive thoughts are just blah, 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 blah. Because what are you arguing? What are you crying about? Because she said, y'all are my chosen family. Melissa, you're a part of that. And if Joe is your husband, you're an extension of your husband. But it's always something. Like, every word, it gets nitpicked on both sides. Every word gets nitpicked, torn apart, and it's just like, and then you have third parties coming in, meddling in their business. Girl, I came. But you wanna know what's funny? How much, if Joe would have came and Teresa would have said the chosen family thing, how much you wanna bet they probably wouldn't be like,
but Melissa's mother and her sister and her chosen family, oh my fucking God, so rude.
They would have came up with anything to eat her ass up, right? So like I said, Melissa, she says in her confessional, like, you know, the way that they look at me and the way that I feel they have so much hatred for us. And I'm just like, so you're just making it seem like it's one-sided, that they just hate y'all for no reason and y'all, like, they just don't like y'all. But as grown-ass adults that you are, and minus Gia, children, you're putting all of it on them. They hate you. Take accountability for y'all not spending time with them like y'all should. If you said that you love them so much, those are my goddaughters, my nieces, all of that, then you have not put in the effort for your nieces. You're saying that they hate you. But minus one, they're all kids. They're all under 18. They're all adolescents, but minus one. So y'all have not taken the right steps to facilitate any type of relationship with them since the whole, what was it, Teresa and Joe going to jail, period. Melissa's over here crying. She come back from the bathroom basically trying to win a fucking Oscar for best supporting role for crying. But, you know, Melissa tells Jackie that, you know, she told Danielle about her talking mess.
You know, I'm not even mad at that because I'll tell you, she is a horrible dresser. And she wore those camper shorts 2 weeks in a row. I hate hearing my name conversation.
And Jackie was like, I did talk mess. I don't care. Like, she looked horrible, So Danielle peeps it. She's like, yeah, I'm starting hearing my name. Mind you, she was 3 feet away. She's like, I'm starting hearing my name. Like, what's up? So she interrupts their conversation. She's like, yeah, you know, I heard my name. What's up? So she asked Jackie, like, is my appearance okay today?
Is this appropriate, or does it look like it came out of a dirty hamper?
Right? No. Right now, you don't look like you're going to a pool party.
Like, is it good today? Jackie basically says, like, you know, I never looked you up and down. And, you know, this doesn't give, you know, pool party. But she's like, I never looked you up and down. Girl, roll the tape.
How are you? How are you?
I mean, it was, she might have pulled some dude.
So as you can see, like, she did look her up and down. Like, it was easy. And she said it in the other video. She said, yeah, I did look her up and down.
I didn't do that to anybody, but I did look her up and down. It was a train wreck top to bottom, and I did not look.
So which one is it? Are you just scared that you got confronted, or did you just want to lie for no reason? I don't know. So then we have, you know, Danielle is basically checking Jackie. I love it. She's talking with her hands, and Jackie was like, don't put your hands in my face. She was like, girl, this is just how I talk. I talk with my hands.
This is how I talk. This is how I talk.
Wait, is that a threat?
Oh, you would know if I'm threatening you.
She's like, is that a threat? And I'm like, how did we get on, is that a threat? Girl, at this point, you just saying stuff, because it's like, where did that even come from? Is that a threat? What? So she's like, girl, I'm from Staten Island. We from Staten Island. You already know how it is. Like, girl, we just talk with our hands. So, like, what are you talking about? So Jackie basically walks off, and she disengages from the conversation. I love Danielle's addition to basically the show. Like, to be honest, I felt like the new girls are all bringing something to the table, and I'm not mad at it at all. Even Jen F. And we already know that she is like a friend for a friend, but cool. So Jennifer and Jackie start talking, and Margaret walks up like, did you know that she called you a snob?
Right? She is. Jackie, she bitched and said you're a snob. Saying I'm a snob is not the worst thing. I am a little snob. Okay, fine.
And I'm just like, Margaret says something later on. She says, Jennifer, you always want to move backwards. You always want to move backwards. Margaret, so what did you just do? You just went up to, no, impromptu. It's just like she walked up like, why are you talking to her? She called you a snob. And like Jackie said, okay, I mean, I can be snobbish sometimes, but you know, okay, it's not the worst thing. It wasn't that deep. And then she goes off on Jennifer's like, yeah, so I heard that you were talking about me to Jen Fessler. Like, what's that about? That's, you know, she's gonna tell me. And Jen was like,
To complain about me. I called Jen Fessler to ask her to recommend a marriage counselor.
so they called Jen F over because she was kicking up mess. And Margaret talks about, you know, Jennifer can't move forward. And like I said before, you talking about she can't move forward, but neither can you. That was the first thing you said, right? So Rachel interjects randomly. Rachel interjects and like cuts off Margaret's sentence, and she's like,
Jennifer, but you did the same thing to me after the Mozzarella party. What did I do? You did the same thing with Dolores.
and I'm just like, girl, okay. So the girls start yelling, and Jennifer calls Rachel an idiot. And
Yes, it is. You an idiot. Oh my God! Watch your f***ing mouth.
Rachel's like, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You know how they do, right? So everybody tells her, like, everybody calm down, calm down. Jennifer's like, girl, you're an idiot. She says it again. And then Jennifer, basically, she was like, what happened was, Jennifer was like, I called to apologize about the whole nose job comment. People talked about my nose job.
People badmouthed me about my terrible nose job. I felt bad about your terrible nose job, and I just felt bad.
Rick's like, oh my God, did you hear what he said? Oh my God, like just kicking up. And Jen tells Rachel, like, look, I didn't tell you to take sides. And Rachel was like, you know, at the end of the day, it was what it was, and I don't have time. She walks off with her husband, and her husband was like, you not gonna check her?
The door hit you in the ass on the way out. There's no door, asshole.
You want to just go? You don't want to check her?
Yes. She has no class.
That was the end of the episode. Like I said before, the new girls are coming in hot. I don't mind it. I actually kind of enjoy it because at some point it's like, just a lot of people feel like in Beverly Hills, like in Miami, there's a hierarchy, right? So a lot of people feel like you can't speak your mind because you're new. And I like the fact that I feel with New Jersey that there's no hierarchy. I feel like the girls can speak, say what they gotta say, get it out. And it feels organic, as Nene would say. It feels very organic the way that they all come in and they actually know each other. So I like that aspect. So yeah, New Jersey, thumbs up. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed this video. Please hit the thumbs up button and also hit the bell notifications to see whenever I'm gonna post. I post every week, damn near about 4 times a week. Big Brother's coming back in a couple months, so I will be doing my Big Brother reviews as well. And I think I might be doing American Idol reviews too because I love American Idol. And you already know I'm doing Housewives. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.